What's going on, guys? JS Cards here, coming at you with something really fun and really different. This is a deck profile based off of a list that I saw on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization's website for an OCG deck. And I went over the list. I was just kind of scrolling through the organization, looking at articles, and I came across this. And this OCG player basically had like a Dark Horus, Dark Dragon, Rokket, Dragon Maid deck. It looked really interesting, something really different, and I knew I had to build it because I love dark cards and I love dragons. And this has a combination of really awesome cards, and it's really fun. So because it's an OCG list, they had cards that are only over there. They're not in the TCG yet. And he was also playing Forbidden Droplets, which are very expensive. So I put in a few different budget options and altered a few things. This is by nowhere the final version of this deck. I really want to take the time to test this out and play it and try things. And I just really wanted to post this as soon as possible with a list very similar to the OCG, but with a few TCG changes. And actually, shout out to X the Dark One. We were talking about this deck on Twitter. You guys might know him from all of his abridged work, which is famous, and he's just an awesome Yu-Gi tuber. I've been following him for years, and we were kind of talking about this, looking at different budget options, and I know he was testing this out online as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. X, if you watch this, give this deck a shot and let me know how your build is coming along, and maybe we can work on it together. But yeah, let's just jump into this and go off with the monsters. So starting off with the monsters, we have 3 Dark Horus. Now, this is an awesome old school card that doesn't see much love now, but I know this is X's favorite monster. I mean, Horus in general. If you guys watch his videos and stuff, you know Horus is his main monster. But yeah, so we're playing 3 Dark Horus. It's really good. I mean, it is basically a 3000 attack monster. When a spell card is activated during your opponent's main phase, you can special summon 1 level 4 dark monster from your graveyard, which, as you guys can imagine, we play a lot of darks, a lot of level 4s and dark decks and stuff like that really focus on the graveyard. So that effect actually is really nice. But basically what you use him for is you use him with Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo, which is a dark level 4. But you use Hanzo and Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation to bring out Dark Horus quite easily. And then you can use your Dark Horus. He's a great target to go with Fallen of Albaz to bring out your Ash Dragon. So yeah, that's kind of the combo with that. It's really funny because in this artwork, you have Horus and Hanzo together. So they work well just like they do in that artwork, which is really cool. So basically your whole point of this deck is to get out your dragons and fill up your graveyard and just go into your strong extra deck monsters, like your fusions. We play the Dragon Maid fusions in here as well. And then you can even go into Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, and a Borreload Savage, get your negates like that, and kind of work your way up into like your Borrelsword Dragon as well. So 3 Dark Horus, he is definitely useful in the deck. Then to go with that, we play 3 copies of Chamber Dragon Maid. Of course, when she's brought out, she lets you get one of your Dragon Maid spells or traps. She works really well with the newer card, Dragon Maid Tidying. But yeah, you can get either your Tidying or your Hospitality or Changeover and try to get into one of your fusion monsters that way. Then 3 copies of Fallen of Albaz. Or Albaz, I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but yeah, he's just a great level 4 dark dragon monster. There's a lot of those in this deck, and he helps you fusion summon. 3 copies of Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo, another key part of this deck to use with your ninjutsu trap card, and he's a great level 4 dark monster. Now we do have a little Rokket engine here with 3 Tracer and 3 Recharger. I mean, these help out any dark deck dragon deck in general, such as like the Dragon Link. But yeah, I mean, Rockets are just a great series of cards to have in here, and they just make your synchro summoning that much easier and your link climbing and stuff like that. Then for just really good dragon support cards, we have Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, still good even with the errata, and one Omni Dragon Brotar. For hand traps, a great new budget option here is 3 copies of Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. And just being a dark dragon monster, it works very well with this deck. I do want to experiment with other hand traps. Ash Blossoms are always a good choice, Effect Veilers, things like that. You could even start experimenting with other chaos cards if you go the Effect Veiler route, and it's a great budget option as well. But I just thought this was a fantastic choice, and it's been working well online. So that's it for the monster lineup. It's pretty beefy. There's a lot of cards, but they all work very well together. And let's move on to the spells. All right, so for the spell cards, 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. This was one of my budget alternatives to take out the 3 Forbidden Droplets, just because I don't have access to those. It's pretty expensive, a pretty popular card, for good reason. It is really good. If you guys play online, you can definitely just use those because it's free. But if you're looking to build this and try it out in person, although be safe with the virus and everything, 3 Allure is great. I mean, like, every card in here is dark and is just great draw power. I play 3 copies of Quick Launch, just a great card with all the rockets that we play, and it's you can use it more than once per turn, which is amazing. For our other rocket cards, we play the Boot Sector Launch, along with Rapid Trigger, which is great for fusion summoning in general, and 1 Squib Draw, just for some extra draw power. We do play a few Dragon Maid cards because we do have the Chamber, but that's about it. I play 1 Hospitality and the 1 Changeover, but Changeover again is just a really good generic Dragon Fusion card. To go with that, I do play a single copy of Dragon's Mirror, just another good way to fusion. 1 Creeping Darkness. Now this is a card that was in the OCG list, and when I read it, I wasn't sure, but it is actually a pretty cool card. So you can banish 2 dark monsters from the graveyard and then add 1 level 4 dark monster from your deck to your hand. So that's actually a really good way to search out like another rocket card if you need it, or even like your Chamber Dragon Maid. Pretty much any card that you need, like your Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo or your Fallen of Albaz. You have so many dark level 4s in this deck, it's nuts. So it's just a really nice search for any monster that you might need at that moment. Another card that's just a one of right now is Return of the Dragon Lords. Just a great way to get like your Dark Horse back out onto the field. I like to try to find room for more copies of it, but space is kind of tight. All these cards, I'm still kind of testing it out and seeing how they go. A lot of these one-ofs are still important, even though they are one-ofs, so I don't want to really cut anything at the moment. But yeah, like I said, I am looking to test this very thoroughly and shift it to fit TCG playing more, because the OCG meta is a little different and they have other cards that we don't. So I think some of these choices that he played, they might not really apply to the meta here in the TCG, but this deck is something I haven't been excited about a deck like this in a long time. It's just really cool that it gives Dark Horse and some of these cards that people don't really play a chance to shine, and it actually is a fun deck and quite powerful, especially getting into those extra deck monsters. But for the traps, there's only 3, so I'll just lay them down right here. We have the 2 Ninjutsu Art of Transformation and the 1 Dragon Maid Tidying. Now, Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation is a continuous trap, and you can activate it by targeting 1 ninja monster you control and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. You send them both to the graveyard, then special summon 1 dragon, dinosaur, or sea serpent monster from your deck whose level is equal or less than the combined original levels of the sent monsters. The only drawback is when this trap card is, uh, when it leaves the field, you have to banish that monster, but you know, that's not the end of the world, and it's just really great for getting out like your bigger monsters, particularly your Dark Horus. So then from there with your Dark Horus, you can just leave him on the field if you want, because he's a 3000 attack monster by himself. But usually you're gonna use him to like get into your Ash Dragon, or you know, you might even link with him and try to get into a powerful link monster. So there's a bunch of different options, and it just really depends on what you're looking to do at that moment. So that's it for the main deck. It is 40 cards. Let's move on to the extra deck. So with the extra deck, like I said, it was an OCG deck, so there were a few cards that aren't in the TCG. Once those cards finally come out, I think that'll make this deck even better. And I kind of shifted this towards like a TCG type build as well, so it works better with the cards that I included in the deck. But nonetheless, this is a really powerful extra deck. This is where the deck really shines, I think. And we'll just go through this. So we have 2 copies of Titaniclad the Ash Dragon. This card's awesome. I love the artwork. It's a new Dark Dragon fusion monster that came out. It's really powerful, and you know, being unaffected by your opponent's monsters that were from the extra deck is really nice. And if it's sent to the graveyard, it lets you get out your Fallen of Albaz, so that's really cool. What a great new card. I really like it. Then we do have the 2 Dragon Maid fusions with House Dragon Maid and Dragon Maid Xiao. I'm not exactly sure how to say that name, but yeah, I mean, again, 2 great, powerful dragon fusion monsters, and easy to make with this deck. 1 copy of Borreload Furious Dragon, a generic dark dragon fusion as well. He's very powerful. You can pop your opponent's cards, and then, you know, you can bring back a dark link monster from your graveyard, so very nice card. Then this is where kind of a flex spot. You can kind of put whatever you want in here. I'm going with, you guys can comment down below if this is a good choice or not, but 5-headed dragon. Very easy to make. Just a fun kind of filler card, but you can bring it out, and you know, it's kind of tough to get rid of once you do bring it out, if you can. For our synchros, we have 2 of them. We have, of course, Chaos Ruler, another new card that recently came out to the TCG. Just a great way to get a card added from your deck to your hand by excavating the top 5 cards. The rest do go to the graveyard, but you know, with this deck it is okay to kind of fill up your graveyard. It might be beneficial to play more lights, like a couple effect veilers or other things like that, because then you could utilize this card a little bit more. Again, you could add other chaos monsters that way too. But this card's still really good in an all dark deck, and again, very easy to bring out. And then of course we have Borreload Savage Dragon, which is just like one of the best synchros ever created. It looks awesome, it's got a great effect, and very easy to bring out, especially with those rockets that we play. And for our link monsters, we do have a Guard Dragon package, including Pisty, Elpie, and Striker Dragon. From there we have 1 Hieratic Seal and Twin Triangle Dragon. This is a really great card because when it's link summoned, you can pay 500 life points, then target 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's a great way to get like your Dark Horus back out, or even like your Phantasme and stuff. So it does have its effects negated and it can't attack, but you can always just use that to link away or go into something else like that. So very nice card to have. And then we have our Borreload Dragon and our Borrelsword Dragon. So that is the deck profile. I don't even know what to name this deck, honestly. I do want to try to come up with something really cool for it, although it is not my idea, so I do have to give credit to the OCG player that was originally piloting this. I will have the article down below in the description, so, you know, definitely shout out to him. And if anyone knows more about that player or more about that original deck that he created, let me know. If you have any suggestions on other cards to try out in here, let me know as well. Like I said, I'm going to be playing this online a lot and just trying to get better at and making it flow a little better and try out some maybe hand trap options and things. Also, just for fun, if you can come up with a cool name, comment it down below. Right now it's just like a dark dragon Horus deck. I really don't know what to call this, but it'd be awesome. Like, Dragon Link is a thing. This isn't really linking. I mean, you do link summon quite a bit, but this isn't really Dragon Link. But yeah, any advice and thoughts on this would be great. It is just really fun. I am very passionate about Dark Dragon cards, and if I get a chance to play them and they're this powerful, I'm definitely gonna do it. I mean, back in the day, I played Teledad and other dark related dragon decks like that, and it's just a blast. It's some of my favorite archetypes and attributes like that. So this is really fun. Definitely check it out and try it for yourself. Make sure you guys go follow X the Dark One too and show him some love. He's an awesome Yu-Gi tuber. Also, hit that like button and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh news, openings, and deck profile videos. We are nearing 900 subscribers, and once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a special giveaway, and I have some other announcements once we hit 1,000 as a celebration. Yeah, we are slowly growing this community and it's awesome. Everyone's been super positive in the comments and over on Twitter and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. And I just thank you guys for watching. Thanks so much for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and have a good one.